Hello, and welcome back to Usurp Theory, where we discuss the various mysteries and questions left by house usurpation. For this episode, we'll discuss this deleted scene and what this means for the lore. In this deleted scene, we can see an alternate version of the Edgar debated scene, this time with it showing MOBBIE in the window, shaking his posterior at Edgar. Many might call this just blatant mocking of Edgar's powerlessness, being locked outside of his own home. But it is much deeper than that. The reason MOBBIE is dancing like this is to signify as foreshadowing of the climactic bomb explosion. Let's go back to the scene of MOBBIE waggling his rear end. If we interpret this as foreshadowing to the bomb explosion, we can correlate MOBBIE taunting Edgar with his butt to later on when he's taunting Edgar with his butt 10 button. Now let's look at Edgar to prove this further. Edgar's reaction to MOBBIE taunting him is half-hearted attempts at opening the door, but he can't, because he is powerless. Much like in the scene when MOBBIE finally presses the button, and Edgar is powerless to stop the ensuing explosion. However, the one thing that saves Edgar is Master Seafood, when he gives his apprentice the blue hoodie, showing the transfer of power from Seafood to Edgar, and serving as a parallel to the MOBBIE jiggling scene, as Edgar was helpless without Seafood's sacrifice, thus leading him to die. More on that in another theory. And there you have it. This deleted scene represents foreshadowing to the climax of house usurpation, and serves as a symbol of Edgar growing as a character, and regaining his power. The only question left is, why is this scene deleted in the first place? My theory is that the creators of house usurpation were afraid the symbolism and foreshadowing would be too obvious to the average viewer, and thus ruining the viewing experience. Tune in next week when we discuss the meaning of the stacked up cups and their importance to the story of house usurpation. See you then.